Forget the facade, let's talk reality. Let's talk about the impact of bad governance on the psyche of Nigerians. Episode 1: Setting the Context. Nigeria, a nation of over 200 million people, blessed with vast natural resources and a rich cultural heritage. But behind this promise lies a reality shaped by unending struggles, traffic jams, long lines at fuel stations, power outages, and crumbling infrastructure. These daily hardships are part of life for most Nigerians, and they reflect a deeper, more enduring challenge: governance that has consistently failed to uplift the people. But what is the cost of poor governance on the minds and spirits of Nigerians? How has this affected the national psyche? Episode 2: Historical Context, the Roots of Discontent. To understand the Nigerian psyche today, we must look to the past. In 1960, Nigeria gained its independence, with dreams of a thriving, self-governed nation. Yet, those dreams were soon tested. Military coups, political instability, and civilian governments that placed self-interest above the public good created a legacy of disappointment. With every new regime came new promises, and yet the fundamental challenges remained. Corruption became entrenched, and a cycle of poor leadership and unfulfilled promises took root. For many Nigerians, the hope of change has dimmed, replaced by frustration and distrust. 60 years of broken promises have left a lasting mark on the collective psyche. Episode 3: Everyday Experiences, the Strain of Daily Life. The effects of governance are not confined to political speeches or policy papers. They show up in the daily lives of ordinary Nigerians. In the crowded markets, on the potholed roads, in the schools without books or desks. The power goes out, traffic comes to a halt, and dreams seem to fade into a relentless grind. In these moments, Nigerians feel the weight of a system that seems to abandon them every day. The effects of these struggles go beyond the physical. They reach the mind and spirit, leading to feelings of anger, hopelessness, and despair. A graduate is left jobless despite years of study. A mother struggles to access basic health care for her child. This is the reality of a system that fails its people, not just in services, but in the mental and emotional toll it exacts. Episode 4: Psychological Effects, a Nation in Distress. In Nigeria today, the psychological toll of these challenges is becoming painfully clear. Rising rates of anxiety and depression, substance abuse, and even suicide are evidence of a growing mental health crisis. Studies show a connection between social stressor and mental health issues, and in Nigeria, those stressors are all around. For many Nigerians, life has become a test of endurance, and the idea of hope feels more like a luxury than a right. A psychologist tells us that when people feel ignored or neglected by those in power, the effect is profound, leading to chronic stress and anxiety. These struggles are often invisible, yet they are as real as any physical wound. Episode 5: The Japa Phenomenon, the Great Nigerian Exodus. Faced with these conditions, more and more Nigerians are looking for a way out. This trend, known as Japa, represents a mass exodus of citizens leaving Nigeria in search of opportunity abroad. For those who can afford it, leaving Nigeria has become a last resort for achieving stability and peace. Young professionals, students, and entire families are packing up and leaving behind the country they love. The question isn't why they're leaving, but rather, why has it come to this? Why is hope for a better future found in distant lands rather than within the borders of home? Episode 6: Hope, Resilience, and the Call for Change. Yet, despite these hardships, the Nigerian spirit endures. Across the nation, young people are mobilizing, refusing to accept the status quo. They are taking to social media, leading protests, demanding accountability, and shining a light on the importance of good governance. Through their actions, they are challenging a culture of silence and inspiring others to believe that change is possible. This new generation is armed not just with hope, but with the resolve to see Nigeria become a nation where all people are heard and valued. This resilience, this unyielding will to fight for what is right, is perhaps the strongest testament to the enduring spirit of Nigerians. Episode 7: Expert Insights and Solutions: The Way Forward. Experts agree that addressing Nigeria's challenges requires more than hope. It requires a real commitment to solutions that prioritize the well-being of the people. From improved mental health services to stronger institutions that hold leaders accountable, the path forward is within reach. Mental health professionals point out that people must feel seen and heard to experience a sense of community and trust. Political analysts remind us that true leadership means serving the people, building systems that work for everyone, and creating an environment where citizens can thrive, not just survive. Episode 8: Closing Message: A Call for Unity and Action. The impact of governance extends beyond policies and budgets. It shapes the very heart of a nation. For Nigeria, the path to healing and progress lies in collective action, in a call for accountability, and in the courage to demand better. Across the country, millions of Nigerians are ready for a change. As a nation, Nigeria's future is yet unwritten. But to change the story, every Nigerian must play a role, those at home and those abroad, united in the vision of a country that stands tall, together. The journey ahead may be challenging, but the spirit of resilience remains strong. This is Nigeria's story, and we each hold a piece of the power to shape its next chapter. Thanks for watching. Change begins with each of us. Let's keep hope alive. Please don't forget to follow, share, like and comment, as we discuss factual issues that impact the people in everyday life.